Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. You guys seem to be digging the chaos drafts, and chat is digging the chaos drafts. So we're going to do some more chaos drafts. Pack 1, pick 1. We have acquired a pack of Ixalan, which is not exactly what I want to be opening. We've got Marvin, who can start making tokens, which is something. We've got a Sky Marcher that was quite good in its original format, but this is not its original format. This is a really weak pack. So I think what I need to take is something that is potentially a big payoff, but if it doesn't get there, it's okay. Because I don't think I want the elaborate fire cannon. This would be a really good pack to have opened, like, I don't know, any sort of card draw or like bad removal spell. I think if we're looking at just the cards on their own, it's either a Scathe Zombie that attacks and makes a token, or a creature that explores and has menace. There's a chance I wheel the Sky Marcher. I'm going to take Marvin and see if this works out, but this is not making us very interested. Vampire's not a common type, but if I get a couple, we could get into something. Now, this is a more interesting pack because there's a lot of different ways to go. Yeah, this is the one that gives +4/+2. Deals 1 damage to everything. Artist was pretty good because you can sack stuff. There's Consigned to the Pit is just like medium removal, and Slime Bind is medium removal. We've also got a couple duels between the Breeding Pool and the Guild Gate, which is not crazy to be interested in. I'm kind of interested in the Consigned to the Pit, but it's not very good. I feel like this is another spot to either take a land or to... I mean, we could take a Vampire. That's kind of fun. Like, there's 2 Vampires for Marvin. That seems like a really stupid thing to build around. Marvin doesn't really need any other Vampires. I don't think I can talk myself into this being the best card here, but it's getting late. So we'll try to have some fun. In a second, we'll find a card that makes us think maybe we don't need to be doing this. Prison Realm is probably that card. Like, now I have a legitimate reason to be playing white, and these are both playable in white. We've also got the option to think about something like Thunderdrake. Flyers are really, really good in Chaos Draft. Like, exceptionally good in Chaos Draft. And I think War Screecher may actually be the best card in this pack after the Prison Realm. Because, like, a 1/3 flyer that can pump your team, that's kind of absurd. That said, we're going to take the Prison Realm and see where we can go with this. Yeah, you only get 1 token no matter how many vampires attack, but ideally you'd like to have a vampire in play Marvin, and then attack with the other vampire. But we are in a position where we've got a good white card and 2 at least playable white cards. And we can sort of pair this with whatever we can find. Hammer Skull has some thoughts. Not a vampire, which is relevant. However, it's pretty dang good. Is there anything here I'd want to consider over that? I don't think so. I think this just leaves me in white. It makes room for anything to attack. I don't think this is going to be wonderful. It'll be fine. We could play it. The Pirate's Cutlass is an honorable mention as well, but you do have to evaluate things outside of their sets, and equipment gets a little bit better outside of synergy sets, because it's just make my small thing bigger. Excel and Artifact or Enchantment is interesting. I don't really think I want to be going on Hunted Witness. Pack Beast isn't really doing it for me either. The best card here by a lot is the Shaman, huh? If we're going to go very aggressive, we could look at a Pack Beast. I've never put Healer's Hawk in a deck on purpose, and I'm not going to start now. 1 mana, 1/1 flyers are just not something I'm interested in. Like, you can find the early game, and there's good early game. Without Mentor and without Convoke, you don't want the Hawk. You do want something to slam the door shut, and the Pack Beast can do that. Alright, this is actually a decent 2-drop. Unless there's something we're very interested in here. But nobody's in Simic, that's interesting. What does this do? Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. God, could we do mono white aggro? Because we might. Fires is literally unplayable in limited. In limited. I think I can go mono white aggro. Black does seem cut. Who cares? I'm going to spin one of those 2-drops. Hey, look, a flying vampire. This is not my normal cube Chaos Draft experience. But I think I'm going to stick to white 3-drops, apparently. Because I should be able to spin something out of those packs with the 2 1-drops and something else out of that pack that I took the Silver Flame Ritual from. Skyline Scout is an excellent 2-drop for a white aggressive deck. It's a 2/1 and you can give it flying later. Yeah, we've got tribal synergies in Chaos Draft. We have 3 vampires. And like, this deck is setting up to be quite aggressive. I did accidentally force vampires. Go figure. So what does fires do, Dom? Let's think through this. Tell me what it does. I'm interested in a Cobbled Wings, but I think I'm probably... If this is this open, I bet they're just going to keep passing it to me, aren't they? I'm going to see more Raptor's Companions. Fires lets you cast cards without spending mana, right? So how many mana sinks do you think you're going to get? Do you think it's enough for you to spend an entire card on? Right, we might be able to play a combat trick. There's a possibility we need to get into Boros, but I'm going to try not to. The thing with fires is you have to tap out to play it and basically discard a card, and then it lets you play 2 spells a turn for free. In limited, you could probably play the 2 spells anyway. You'd need an absurd amount of card draw for that to work, and you're not getting that much card draw in limited. What's up, Crud? We're doing good. How you doing? I'm not going to play a Crovid. I might play blue for some tempo spells. That's a good thing to do. We got our flu shots a couple weeks ago. I was looking to spin something from this pack and I didn't, and that makes me a little concerned. I don't know why someone else would be interested in 1 mana 1/1s. Yeah, that's possible too. You're welcome to, Tom. But I can tell you from experience, I saw people try to get me with it back in its format. It was not good. Very good and constructed. Not so good outside of it. Okay, I did get the Grange. This is good. I at least spun that. But I'm already pretty happy with Marvin and Cobbled Wings and a couple other vampires. Now, what if we were red-white? Because we could play Ixalan's Binding, but if we were red-white, I think we could be happy with that. What do you guys think? Would this be worth playing? I don't know. This is a hill giant that makes more hill giants. Let's do that. This is one of the most powerful things you could be doing in a Chaos draft, Rusty. You have to be joking, right? The Zeal will wheel, but I don't think we'd want it. If we wanted a combat trick, the Justicar's Portal is probably where we're at. Okay, good. I was making sure. Gishnath, huh? I like what's happening there. I don't think it's for me. Like, it's real good, but that's going in a whole different direction. Somebody's going to take that, and they're probably going to kill me with it. But I think I probably want the Unfriendly Fire out of this pack, and then we'll see if we can spin the Queen's Commission or the Conquistador. Queen's Commission doesn't do a whole lot for us. It gives us more tokens to put counters on from the ritual, but this is a lava axe that I can also use to destroy a creature if I have to. And I think I can fill out my creature curve now that we've committed to red. But I think I want the Unfriendly Fire. I do need to prioritize 2-drops because I'd like to have 5 by the end of this, but I kind of don't care what they are. Ideally 2 power. Yeah, but they may have taken it because there wasn't much left in the pack, right? Rigging Runner can be quite good. Nest Robber never really is. Like, the best card here by a bit is the Siren Lookout. 3 mana 3/3 that can't block is also kind of fine, but I think I want the Anointed... Do I want the Anointed Deacon? I'm not really going to play that. But it would be so good. Could the mana get good enough that I could splash an Anointed Deacon and a Huatli in my deck? No, I think I'm in red. I think I'm in red. It's just I don't want my 2-drops to be red. I want to be main white and pick up white 2-drops, which means I could speculate on this. If the fixing's good enough, I could splash both of them. So this is speculative. We'll see where it goes. I would pay good money for a white 2-drop. But you know, we could just take this. Could just take this, and maybe we're just playing black-white. Splashing this. This is bad. This is probably actually pretty good. But I think we're just legitimately in Vampire Tribal now. Probably still splashing for Huatli. This at least looks like fun. I don't know that it's necessarily the best deck, but we've done a lot of Chaos drafts. The Spores is not wheeling. The Spores is definitively not wheeling. All right, we've got a 2-drop, which is okay. Got a +2/+2. Dang it, Bobby. This is just better. The red's just better. Red-white's what's actually open, and I need to be a grown-up and just play it. It's not as cool, but it's just better. This is everything we could have wanted out of Queen's Blessing. right? And I may even play a combat trick. So it's possible we could get a team pump out of that. So sorry, I lost faith. We'll just grab a couple 2-drops and have us a good Boros stack. Battalion is okay. Turret Ogre is okay. I think I want the Temple, though, because, like, I don't need more 3s. We're at 13 playables, and I could probably bring in the Portal. I think this just makes things easier, and I want it. Because, like, we're in on red-white now. This is just what we're doing. I do have 2 lands in there, so really we've only got 12 playables, but I think I can scrape this together. I've been saying how much I want 2-drops and then not picking any, and that may come back to bite me. But the power level's certainly here. Okay, that's not the 2-drop I want, but it is the 2-drop I will take. It's interesting to note that this is a vampire that's unblockable, but I don't realistically think I can do that. Although if I did, I'd have the temple. I can't still be thinking about this, can I? It's so neat with Marvin and with the other dude. I'm still thinking about this. Why am I still thinking about this? Like, we can splash the Huatley off the temple. I shouldn't be thinking about this, but here I am. Thank the gods for a 3-1. That is legitimately just what we needed. Like, this is an unblockable vampire that you can use with Marvin. Like, this is 5 damage to face every turn if you happen to have Marvin and the Deacon in play. And it's also just kind of fine without it. I kind of just want to see like a Child of Night or something from here. I'm not used to seeing this much synergy in a Chaos draft. I could sort of see playing a March of the Drowned, but I think we're interested in the Heartstopper here. I need a little more early game, and this gives it to us. We've also got a mana sink on the Neonate, which I like. Marvin and the Deacon. It does sound like an old TV show. All right, so we've got a Pirate's Cutlass. I don't think we're going to see another Conquistador, but I might just play it for synergy purposes. Thank you, Ishtari. Killer Naming Vampire doesn't really do anything, right? Because it's only ramping us to the Deacon. It can't cast Huatley or the Beast. I don't think we're interested in that. Yeah, life-gaining payoffs would be nice, and that's been a theme in several sets. I don't think I'm going to end up playing this. I know I'm not going to splash that, but if I'm super short playables, I may just have to jam an O3 in here. These are all really bad. I almost want to hack this so nobody plays it against me, but there's a chance we have to splash this Minotaur too. And it wouldn't be that hard to splash. I don't know what that does, but we'll need it. Yeah, a lot of Ixalan packs got opened so far, but that said, it's not really that many. We're just utilizing the synergies that were available there. I guess somebody passed that because they don't want to craft it. Top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard. If you do, return it to the battlefield. Okay. Just create some tokens. Bay of Wishes is obviously absurd. I can take the Flutter Fox, or I can just take the second ritual. Banner? The banner's pretty interesting. Maybe I am interested in the banner. Because most of my creatures are white. I kind of want the other ritual, though, because that just, like, puts counters on everybody. But I guess I could take the banner and then see if I can spin the rally, the ritual, or the fox. And be pretty happy with it. And it's also technically another piece of fixing. There's a 2-drop vampire. Kind of seems hard to argue with that. The dinosaur tokens are green, randomly. But this is a 2-drop vampire. We're interested in that. Oh shoot, it isn't. You're right. It's everything but a vampire. It's still a 2-drop. But maybe I want the subtle strike. We're okay on creatures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I'll find some creatures. I can probably find room for a subtle strike. I don't want to play Unity. Unity's pretty bad. This is like this is a sorcery speed Unity that lasts forever. It is technically fixing, but I'm not interested in that either. I think I can find one more duel, and if I don't care. I'll just use the banner. If we have to name red to be able to cast Huatley, we've got our value. Daybreak Charger's looking pretty good here. Grasp of Darkness is too, but I need 2 drops. And I think I'm less worried about killing their stuff than I am trying to kill them and making sure I get like 4 more 2 drops in this deck. Like, I could have taken the Grasp of Darkness, but I'm going to try to be a little lightish on the black. Maybe trying to get this Heartseeker out of here. And because I wasn't a grown-up and took 2 drops early, I have to take them now. I didn't make the adult pick earlier, so I have to make it now. It makes me sad. Hey look, a vampire 2-drop. That's really great for us. We will not be hornswoggled today. This is so many Ixalan packs. It's kind of nuts that there's this many Ixalan packs. But it is meaning we're basically getting to draft a good Ixalan Vampires deck. Yeah, I think at this point I'm not super interested in the Heartstopper. We can bring that in if we need to block a big thing. Because I don't think we want to block. I think we want to get 2 more 2-drops, a 4, and call it a deck. All right, there's a 2-drop. It's not one we're super excited about. But it is kind of the droid we're looking for right now. So come on in, Sun Sentinel. There's so many Ixalan packs. That makes me hopeful that maybe we'll see another Legion Conquistador. This might be a 16-lander. Hey, look, a 2-drop Vampire Cleric. How about that? It's a vampire. Don't think we really have any other classes to play with it. We've just got clerics. But draining for one and having the tag vampire should be relevant here. I get another deacon? That's kind of absurd. That's like exactly the payoff we were looking for. And so much Ixalan has been opened that we're actually getting away with tribal vampires. This is actually pretty exciting. I thought we were goofing off when we took the Marvin into Viscopa Vampire, but talk about getting rewarded. Like, we've just got so many vampires. An Anointed Deacon was exactly the payoff you wanted for him. Like, this looks like an actually good vampire deck. I think I'd rather... What? That's really good. But I think I'd rather play this than the Sentinel. But if we need to play it, we'll just play it. Thank you for the bits, Wallet. It is a rogue for the party. It's a little harder to be blocked. It's still not great, but like if this is the deck, we can make it work, right? We've got 2 lands here. So we've already gotten there. I kind of want the Rally for the Throne, but I kind of don't. They're human soldier tokens. No, they're just humans. This reanimates something. I'm not interested in that. This is an equipment. I might could use that. I think I'm most likely to play the Skewer, because this could turn tokens into something relevant. This is like bad fixing. I still don't think I want the Unity, but I think at this point I play this over the Sentinel and we call this a deck. No, I still want the Doomed Operative. Yeah, it really wants to get that token going though, right? But like, I figure late game this is giving me something to spend mana on. We could bring in a Destructive Tampering in some matchups. A lot of Ixalan packs were opened up, nobody, and I was not expecting to get this deep into vampires, but there was a lot of Ixalan packs opened. So it turns out going in for those tribal synergies really worked well for us. I don't really want anyone to have this. But I kind of have to let them and take the Dinosaur Hunter. That's a really good card, sideboard card. That's probably, frankly, better than the Doomed Operative. Like, we've seen how many Ixalan packs are open. There's some dinosaurs out there. So I'm going to have to really think about what our cuts are here. There were too many Ixalan packs open for me not to main deck a Dinosaur Hunter. Kenobi, thank you for the raid. Y'all spam some cats for Vince. Thank you very much, my friend. I hope your stream went well. We are doing some chaos drafting. Let's get this exported and figure out what our last cuts are going to be. This will be Chaos 7. Somehow we pulled off Vampire Tribal in Chaos Draft. All right, so I'm going to count these as lands for this deck. That means we only need 1 cut, and it should probably be one of the 2 drops. I think having the party creature is less valuable than having the Dinosaur Hunter. Because there were so many. The reason we were able to get away with Vampire Tribal is because there were so many packs of Ixalan opened. And there's going to be people playing dinosaurs. So having access to this should be pretty dang good for us. All right, I'm going to pause the YouTube recording. We'll be playing this. I'll just build the mana base. And YouTube will see you for round 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. We're looking at our opener and thinking this is probably okay to keep without black. I need black, not white. Perfect. Want him to trade, but it's okay. It's very heavy Ixalan. Yeah, we've got legitimate Vampire Tribal.
Look to the sun.
Come, sing the song of fame.
Done with him. Okay. Very okay. Empire Tribal and Chaos Draft in current year. Got exiled? Blood Priest. How did it get exiled? I don't remember. Oh, from the Carrion Imp. We can have Chip Asmer this afternoon. I still have some chips. Alright, so we've got blue-black stuff. Doesn't look like bad stuff, like reasonable creatures, some mana ramp. Could be splashing for something. I don't know what the geode's for. Got a bounce spell, which is reasonable. Frost links, which is reasonable. Big stuff on the ground, but expensive stuff on the ground. And there's a possibility that they'll make that Pterodon fly, which is a little scary. I think our plan is still solid. It's a good plan. It's a question of whether I'm interested in something like a Heartstopper, and I really don't think that I am. Is Ashiok Skulker, that's a 3/5, right? Yeah, these are all 3 power, so like the Duskmantle Operative isn't actually getting through anything. We can exile an artifact and or enchantment. We saw 1 artifact, and wasn't one of their creatures an enchantment creature? Like, there's a chance that that's reasonable to bring in too. I didn't see quite enough to sell me on making a lot of changes here. Yeah, I don't think I saw enough to make me want to make many changes. Let's get another look at what he's up to. And if we see artifacts and or enchantments that we're interested in bopping, we can. The deck lists are viewable, so we can go look and make sure nobody's doing silly stuff. Also, if you're cheating to win in a community tournament with no prizes, I guess you're a real winner. I wouldn't even necessarily call this a tournament, just something that we figured out we can do for fun, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. Man, that's really close to a good opener, but not there. I need at least 2 lands to work with. This one I can do something with. And I think it's the ritual that has to go, which kind of sucks, but I've already got an Anthem and a Fixer. Community event's probably the way to think about it. A pretty good size board card against me. I'm not going to have time to activate this for a while, and the Charger pumping that isn't doing much, so I think we just play out the Charger. You can be a big boy for a turn. This should get a trade with the commando, and the other vampire can threaten to attack. I agree, hexproof is cheating. I don't care for hexproof. It does appear that there's a splash, which makes the artifact removal somewhat more interesting. Yeah, that's going to be an issue if that's on the ground. Well, even if it's flying, it's going to be an issue, isn't it? Because I don't have realistic attacks now. Because pinging for one isn't going to do it. We're a little bit behind it now. This was not the aggressive start we needed. The mulligan didn't help either. We could start a reasonable clock if we draw Marvin. That would jump up and trade with the Soul of the Rapids, which is something. I don't know that it's necessarily great, but it's what I've got. That Wall of Runes is pretty good against me. Oh, you're right, it only jumps on attacks. I probably should have bottomed it. I forgot you couldn't do it both ways. Hopefully I can get an attack in with this at least. We're not just dead. I mean, it can attack them, but I forgot you couldn't just give this flying whenever you wanted. Evasion's pretty good in Chaos drafties. It's just a solid Flyers deck. Storm Sculptor with a reasonable 1-drop against me? That's scary. They even got to rebuy the Scry. I'm in danger. I'm in a lot of danger. I think this is just game over, man. Because I can't get to a high enough life total for it to matter. I should have bottomed this. But I forgot that you couldn't just jump it up whenever you wanted. I guess it'd be too good. Kind of just want to try it again and have a good opener. Their Flyers are better than mine. We're like Light of Nope. Because I still can't get through any of this ground stuff. But we're playing 16 lands. We had to mulligan. We flooded. It sucks. I think we survive. Yeah, I'm going to run this back. I need an aggressive start. It should be easier on the play. This is really good if I can draw a plains. Technically, any land would do it, but a plains off the top would be perfect. We're going to go really hard on Marvin here. Do not kill my Marvin. Stop it. Stop thinking about killing Marvin. Marvin didn't do anything to you. That wasn't very nice. I should have moved this over last turn, I'm bad. But I was planning on drawing a Deacon. Take his cobbled wings, learn to fly again. This is a Chaos draft. It was very heavy on the Ixalan packs, which can sometimes happen. So I can get in for 5 damage if I tap that this turn. But I can get in for a lot of damage over time if I just move this. Because this starts to get awkward for them pretty quick. I'm sorry, Kenny. We'll be doing more of them. You can hop in another one if you like. I found it to be quite a bit of fun. It's a bold move, Cotton. So I can't tap the Soul of the Rapid. But I don't need to tap the Soul. Why put the wings on it? I can put the wings here. Martyr's already got a good attack. Like, it's questionable that I shouldn't just swing team anyway. But I think I'm okay with this. Might as well get your treasure. They've got that thing that, they've got the bounce spell. They're thinking about bouncing my Prison Realm end of turn, which will be nice to have a 3/3 flyer on the way back. Gonna bounce that. Okay. Oh, it puts it on top. That's interesting. I forgot it turns into straight up run aground if you ascend. No, not you. You. Doubled wings. Going for speed. So I know I'm going here. I think I may be going here and here too and tapping that. Because that means they have to block with this turn. But I don't want to lose the other dude yet. Like, they're getting pretty close to having to trade the Soul of the Rapids for the Dinosaur Hunter. Round 1. Game 3. This is Chaos Draft number 7 that we've done on stream. In 3 days, we have done a lot of these. Taking all the good cards, like Anointed Deacon. I don't know how nobody else wanted it. But you didn't first pick Marvin Fane and say, let's do this. I really should have tapped the Wall of Runes, but as it turns out, we got there anyway. All right, let's do our Stream Raiders battle. And then we'll take a break and then get the brackets set up for the next round. Thank you for the bits, Tom. We're all vampires here. Are we in danger? We might be in danger here. We can't lose a Stream Raiders battle while we're doing the YouTube draft. No, we're fine. Good games, old man. I took a bit of a gamble that I would see more Ixalan packs, and did, and it paid off. It paid off big time. All right, looks like we got there. We had a lot of tribal stuff going on. There's a lot of vampires in that deck. And getting 2 of the deacons was kind of a big deal. Adam with the kills, Quintus with the assist, gold for Dis Orcish, scrolls for Detective and Cacman. Let's get some turkey. YouTube, I'm going to pause it here. You will see me in just a moment playing round 2. And, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, we are back for round 2. I was very smart and remembered to take Stream Raiders down so that everybody could see everything. Thank you very much, Scott. We're going on the play with a hand that could get there, but isn't really worth investing your hopes and dreams in. This one has some potential. It is small potential, but it is some potential. Really need to hit a plains off the top and we can start doing something. Can't really send away my only white source. If I draw another swamp, it would be brutal. Renan may have been who was picking all the cards I was going for, the mono white aggro cards, because I really thought that's what we were doing through most of the initial pack. It's 3 to equip. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. And it does indeed look like he went for mono white. Oh no. This is a catastrophe. Like, that's good enough as a 2/5. Because this is +2/+1. We're in danger. Danger! Danger! High voltage! How close am I to swinging team here? Not very. Like, I can get rid of that, but we're still going to end up staring at each other a little bit. Like, I could trade these in the equipment, but I think we need to find a flyer or be prepared. Like, this isn't vigilant, at least, and we got rid of the counter on it. This is kind of what we needed. That is not what we needed. If I tap these two and swing team, what happens? Probably block here. Eat 2 creatures, so probably Marvin and this. I think that's almost good enough. We are sending Marvin into his doom, but we're going to connect. So, like, they're only going to be able to block 3 things. So, say it's 1, 2, 3. We're going to connect for 5, putting them at 2. We'll have Subtle Strike up next turn, potentially. And if I draw the dude that does the thing with the stuff, makes unblockable, he's lethal. I think we're okay with this. They will gain 2 life, but I've kind of got a swarm going on here. I think I'm not unhappy with that. These are really good blocks. Losing my artifact is going to hurt a little bit. And him being at 8 life is going to hurt a little bit too. I'm hopefully swings with the Sentinel this turn, and I can at least get the Subtle Strike going. Like, that's a start. That Encyclopedia we knew was going to be good here. Bloody Faith's Fetters, eh? That one's a bit scary. Ixalan's binding too? My. That is a lot of things to have. Let's eat some donuts. It's still not quite good enough to get through, is it? So if I play this and they block these two, they'd take 4. It would be if he hadn't gained the life off of Faith's Fetters. Which is unfortunate. But as it stands, we end up throwing this guy away, and just hitting him for a little bit. So we're not quite there, but I could see this working. Yeah, he's at the point where he can swing and move it back. So we're going to need to close this game out pretty quickly. Oh, good grief. Well, I know why we didn't see any removal. Renan took all of it. My goodness, that's absurd. I'm going to need a very aggressive opener to get that going. Now, there's so much blink, like enchantment-based removal, that I'm kind of interested in the portal. And I'm kind of interested in Crush Contraband. I also think he's likely to get established on the ground, so I want the Heartstopper. This is a lot of sideboarding to be adding in. I don't think I need the Ritual against him. I don't need the Dinosaur Hunter. I still think Cobbled Wings is worthwhile. I don't know entirely about the Giant Skewer, but I should probably just cut like a medium creature. Problem is I don't have, you know, I do have a medium creature. Sorry, Legion Conquistador. I wish I'd gotten the other one, but with only one of you, you're not going to get the job done. But Crush Contraband could be quite good. I mean, imagine we top decked it there. We win the game. Blow up an artifact and an enchantment? Yes, please. I would like to know more. Don't mind if I do. This is a reasonable opener. I like what's happening here. I don't think we're supposed to wait on that. I can get Stanley out of the tower at instant speed. There's a chance he actually wants to go on the attacks here. That's unfortunate. All right, we got us a good old-fashioned ground stall. Such Horizon's very new. This is all I got. I think we're probably on Broken Wings PDQ or we're in trouble. Don't feel a strong need to block anything here. I could, well, this is pretty free. But I don't want to block with Marvin. I don't need to block that. This probably just trades for the 2/2, but it's okay. We get like 3/3 worth of blockers on the way back for it. You want to tag me? Pretty good.
I welcome new allies.
I think I'm supposed to kill her. I don't think I'm supposed to ignore that. Well, no, the argument is if I could get down this and ping off 3 blockers, I might be able to just kill him. Like, you got me. You got a bunch of stuff on the ground. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I need to be pooping out tokens too, and mine will be bigger. The problem is he's got a head start.
The core empire will rise again.
But not anymore.
We will survive this crisis.
trying to decide if I'd rather just get this.
Your part in this
Go
story is
and
almost
feast
over.
on their flesh.
Like, there's some argument to get this and start attacking. But I don't know how I keep up with that. I'm going to get bigger tokens, but this is a 0 ability. But I think this is actually the right call here. It's tough. Like, if I can get them trading tokens while we're gaining life, I think this will eventually lead towards favoring us.
Scour the ruins. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem.
Their strength is your strength.
Yeah, we're just stuck on racing now. It sucks. He's got a lot of equipment in that deck. Oh, it's power. I thought it was toughness. That was bad sequencing. I assumed this was toughness because the Huatli from War of the Spork was the butt planeswalker. So we could have gained a little bit more life there, but I assumed it was toughness. That's my mistake. I remember passing that Pirate's Blade and saying this would be good in Chaos Draft. And it was. I think I can still win with a Bizarre Crovid off the top. Oh, not a Bizarre Crovid. This guy. No, they had the Walker when I played the Prison Realm. This was a 4/4 and set to gain them life and be able to block. And we're very interested in them not being able to block, so we can top deck this and win. All right, so we've both got Planeswalkers. The Air Force is terrifying. We got very lucky there to kind of get our opponent focused on the Planeswalker and then top deck like a golden god. The Prison Realm's the only removal spell we have, so I have to be very selective about where we use it. It sure is. Sure is. I'm trying to decide if we want the Duskmantle operative. But I think I want to keep the Heartstopper on the play or on the draw. This is going to be a hard one. I think if we can win this, we can probably win the tournament. I don't want to trade off the Pack Beast. I may actually need it for fixing. I'll pretty happily trade this off. I don't really need you. Kind of need another land. But now we could trade off the Pack Beast if we needed to. This thing should be very good in Chaos Draft as well. That was a good pick. Mana sinks are hard to come by. Are we mono pikers? Not quite. We're vampire tribal. Which may seem like it's stupid, and it kind of is. But there's some plans here. This is the plan. We have done it. This is the pinnacle of our deck. That's one of them there combos. The best combos are pizza combos, but the cracker and peanut butter ones are pretty good too. There's some possibility that he just can't deal with this. Now I don't have him dead on board, do I? If I tap this, and we swing team and sacrifice the Crovid, there's 4 unblockable. He blocks this and takes 4. That is actually pretty good. Right? So the 2 biggest things to block would be these 2. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's the problem. There's the problem. So what's his plan? Probably pacify the infiltrator? Which is fine. I feel like things can go worse with that Conclave Mentor in play. But I'm certainly doing this. Oh no. I had such a good plan. And that's not going to work. Yeah, the Mentor certainly has to die now. Subtle Strike can sort of do something. I wouldn't say I'm thrilled about it, but we can be okay with it. I got my mana. If this is tapped and this is tapped and I send here, they just trade for the hexproof, which is fine. I can't make him block with that, which is not fine, but I think we just need to kind of take okay trades and then go from there. Because this is an okay trade. I didn't think we were going to get to trade for that. That's even better. What's up, Band Geek? This is going to be rough. If I'd had one more mana, we could have done something really good here. But we didn't, so I can't. I may need to just take this trade. And hope he's on nothing. If he's on something, I'm in serious trouble. Oh yeah, shoot, we're dead. Math. I had to chomp. I wasn't getting out of it with chomping. I think we needed one more mana there. That started really good, but I think we were so far down the rabbit hole of the Blood Mist Infiltrator that that's what we needed to get the job done. I can't think of one card we could have drawn that would have gotten us out of there. So at least we went down with good trades. Well, boys and girls of YouTube, thank you for tuning in for another Chaos Draft. Good games, Renan. And congratulations. That was an intense one. That was an intense one. Yeah, if we'd had an untapped land, we could have done something there with the Subtle Strike, but meh. Yeah, we could have drawn Time Walk. Not good enough. Anyway, chat, say goodbye to YouTube. Dom, thank you for the bits. YouTubers, as soon as Nick Cage is finished here, if you'd like to watch the drafting in person, you can do so at www.twitch.tv/Semulin. You can even come in and play in these Chaos Drafts. We've been having a blast, and we've been doing like 3 or 4 a day. So we're not going to run out of these, and I imagine I'll keep doing them until the new set comes out with some regularity. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with another draft on the YouTubes.